Alright, hi. I'm Alex Grant, and I'm going to talk about the Civil War. Well, the Civil War was between, obviously, the Union and the Confederates, North and South. Northern advantages and disadvantages. The northern advantages was an extensive railroad network, a strong industrial base, a superior navy, a larger population, and an abundant supply of food. Disadvantages were a shortage of experienced and skilled military commanders, divided population that did not fully support the war. And in case if you couldn't tell, I'm reading everything out of a book, so you can't mark me off for being wrong. Southern advantages. A defensive war fought on its home territory, a long coastline that would be difficult to blockade, blah 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 blah. The disadvantages were a smaller population than the North and a smaller industrial base than the North. The border states. Now these were the states that were the border between the North and the South, and right in here. This hand's North, South, right in here. Key border states were Kentucky and Maryland, and they were of strategic location and had an important industrial and agricultural resources. Now, one of the major battles of the Civil War was the Battle of Antietam. Now, the Battle of Antietam, thanks to Ulysses S. Grant here, you can see Ulysses S. Grant. Ulysses S. Grant, I'm the best president ever. I was never drunk. And he beat the Confederates. I'm Robert E. Lee. And Grant beat the Confederates. Oh no, he killed me. And the Union victory persuaded England and France to remain neutral. This is the French. We will stay neutral just for you, the Union soldiers. And both European powers saw advantages and invited America. They followed a cautious policy toward both North and South. The Union victory enabled Lincoln to issue the Emancipation Proclamation. Here's Abraham Lincoln. I'm Abraham Lincoln, and I issue the Emancipation Proclamation. Now, the Emancipation Proclamation, yeah, about that. Lincoln actually delayed issuing it because he didn't want to antagonize slave owners. Ooh, we're the slave owners. Yeah, I'm Abraham Lincoln. I don't want to make you mad. I do not play with toys, by the way. This is just strictly for this video. Yeah, so the North originally went into war to preserve the Union. The Emancipation Proclamation strengthened the Union's moral cause. So did Ulysses S. Grant here. My man. That's the reason we won. The Emancipation Proclamation rallied anti-slavery support in England and France, and it did not free slaves in the border states. It freed only slaves in the Confederate states that were still in the rebellion. Key political actions during the Civil War. Congress established a national banking system. It chartered two corporations, the Union Pacific Railroad and Central Pacific Railroad, to build a transcontinental railroad connecting Omaha, Nebraska with Sacramento, California. Congress passed the Homestead Act of 1862, offering cheap and sometimes free land to the people who would settle the West and improve property. Congress passed high tariffs to protect American industry and foreign competitors. Lincoln suspended the writ of habeas corpus for everyone living between Washington, D.C. and Philadelphia. So, yeah. Civil War ended at the Battle of Appomattox. Battle of Appomattox. Lee surrendered to Ulysses S. Grant. Oh, you're the best. I know, bitch. Oh, can't swear. And they surrendered, and the Union won. And they passed the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. 13th abolished slavery. 14th made former slave citizens, and the 15th Amendment provided suffrage for black males. And for those who don't know, suffrage means voting. So, that is a Civil War done by me, Alex Grant, great grandnephew of Ulysses S. Grant, quite possibly the greatest president of all time ever. And he was not corrupt. He was just really drunk all the time.